Sunday and I feel alright for the first time. It's a Sunday and I feel alright for the first time.
So we're currently walking through the Venetian. Up on the ceiling, they have all these paintings. They have actual gondola rides here. What? That's crazy. Look at that.
Like a gay tarantella. When the stars take you through, just like pasta fazu, oh now I'm hungry. That's the more. When you dance down the street with the clouds at your feet, jolly love. When you walk, not dream, but you know you're not dreaming, signore. Scusa me, but you see back in old Napoli, that's amore.
So today we got to do a lot of walking on the Las Vegas Strip during the day when it's nice and sunny out. Really great weather right now. It's like in the mid 50s, and then going in and out of the different facilities like the Venetian, which was amazing, and seeing all the people doing the gondola rides. Everything's so extravagant in Las Vegas and eye-catching. And then as it becomes night and the lights come on, it's even more extravagant.
So along the Strip, there's a couple different places you can see water shows. By far, the Bellagio is the best. We saw one last night, and I was so surprised by how entertained I was by it at the end. It was amazing. But the Mirage has a volcano show. It runs like 8, 10, and 11 at night. The Bellagio, it runs every half hour to every 15 minutes, depending on the time. But seeing it at night is the best, with the music that goes with it, because it's synced to music, different classic Vegas tunes, and it really makes it a lot of fun. This is a botanical garden in the Bellagio, and I've heard that they switch it out every now and again, maybe with the seasons, just to give a different scene. So it's very cool, but there's quite the line for it. So I'm looking from behind the rail.
Well, we're leaving the Bellagio. It was a lot of fun. Probably the nicest hotel we will ever stay in.
Yeah, it was so fun. Definitely a new, unique experience.
Yeah, so Las Vegas was a lot of fun. We're going to go pick up Megan's brother and sister-in-law, Ephraim and Kayla, and as they are just flying into Las Vegas, and we'll load up the cars and actually head towards where we're staying in Arizona, and then we will be seeing you as we hit up the Grand Canyon. So we're really excited to knock that national park off our list and see
The Grand Canyon, all of us
this
are
big
gonna
hole in the ground.
see it for the first time ever. It's gonna be so amazing. It's been a trip figuring out how to fit all the luggage in all our cars, because we have our Subaru build. We didn't take that out for this, and so far it's worked for 5 of us, but we have 2 more, so we shall see if their luggage fits. I think it's going to.
Yeah, it's basically Tetris mode right now.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. So we have made the journey out of Las Vegas to the mountainous regions of Arizona, where we have this beautiful cabin behind me. We're staying here with Megan's family, so this is an amazing cabin. We got here late at night, so it was really interesting to wind up through the mountains, come out of the desert, go through the wooded areas, and then this morning wake up to this beautiful property. And so I want to give you a small tour of our cabin because it is sweet. So here is the outside. It's an Airbnb cabin. We have it for 2 nights. And so really awesome. They have a 2-car garage, which we have enough people with us that we actually had to bring both Megan and I's car. It was great because it got down to like 20 degrees and we got to keep the cars inside, so we don't have to defrost them this morning. It is probably about upper 30s. I know I'm out here in a t-shirt, but it is chilly. It's an actual log cabin with real logs. If we go around here, you have the front door. It is a little snowy here, so we went from warm weather to snow. Beautiful porch that actually wraps all the way around. And we'll get a little sun here. Look at this. Wraps all the way around into the back. So back porch here, and you have a door that can enter in. You can kind of see out on the backyard. So that, my friends, is the outside. Let me go ahead and take you inside where it gets even better.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
I'm Backstreet Boys meets Michael Jackson meets 2020.
On the main floor, they do have what would be considered the master bedroom, and so that's what Megan's parents took, and then they have a bathroom connected to that. Then once you went upstairs, it was a little weird. It's not how you normally would design a house, I don't think. You go up the stairs and you're kind of in this little reading nook that has a couch or two. Then you can go through the doorway there and you have kind of a bunk room, a kid's bunk room. And then if you keep going through that room, you enter this kind of large room that had 4 different queen to full-size beds in there. So this place sleeps a lot of people. You will be all in one room, so a little less privacy, but there is also a really nice bathroom up there. And it has 2 doors, one off the bunk, one off the big room, the big sleeping room, and probably the nicest shower because they have a double head shower in there, nice stone tile, a whole lot bigger double sink, so it can accommodate more people, as you'll be sleeping more people up there. So this cabin was really great, just outside of Williams, a little cute little town. We were maybe 45 minutes from the Grand Canyon, so definitely a place you should stay. We'll go ahead and put a link down into the description so you can book your stay here. Really great, and the host did a good job. Right now we're trying to hit the road so we can get to the Grand Canyon, so load them up.
We're on to
Alright.
the Grand Canyon and we're gonna see a big hole. Bing!
We are parked. We went through the Grand Canyon entrance. We're at the southern rim of the Grand Canyon, walking up to the visitor center. We're excited, we're pumped.
So there's a lookout up at the visitor center. That's what I've heard. And I've heard that we're gonna keep our car parked here because we can grab a shuttle to the Kaibab Trail from here, and that way we don't have to find parking again.
That sounds great. We probably won't hike all of it because, you know, you got to be really in shape for that.
Yeah.
But we'll go down in the canyon a little bit, labor back up, and hopefully get some really great footage.
I don't want to come back up.
Yeah, they really need to install an escalator. What do you guys
Yeah.
think? We're approaching the rim.
Where's that? Gotta get there actually. Oh.
I float up.
We saw it. First impressions?
It's grand.
Huh, okay.
It's not like anything I've ever seen before.
Now I know why they call it the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
Delete that. That was not funny at all.
Well, we got our lovely pictures at Mather's Point. And now we start our descent into the canyon. We opted not to go on the burro rides to ride a donkey all the way down the canyon, but that is available if you choose. So we're catching one of the park shuttles to go over to the trailhead. Not all the shuttles are running though because of COVID, obviously. So there's a lot more lines to wait for the shuttle and not as many shuttle points. But anytime you have to wait in line, it gives you a little rest. So that's a bonus to me.
Tell the people where we're at, where we're going.
Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. We're here over at the visitor center currently on the south side of the park. We're gonna catch the orange shuttle line all the way over here to the South Kaibab trailhead. Oh, I don't know too much about the hike. I forgot, but it's supposed to be a good one. We're not gonna do the whole thing because we got a late start like normal. And it takes a lot of effort to climb back up. But we're gonna go down into the canyon to experience getting down in there.
Well, we're starting the Kaibab Trail. I think I'm pronouncing that right. All downhill from here until we turn around.
It's uphill.
Until it's uphill. But already great views of the canyon over my shoulder here as I will try to walk and not fall off the edge. I told you guys could take a mule ride down the canyon.
Oh man. Notice that I'm hugging this side.
So this is really cool so far. It's winding down almost like Willie's Wiggles in Zion Canyon. That's basically the whole thing, but not as steep, but long. Yeah. Coming back up is gonna be crazy, but it's cool to see like what layer that we're in as we're walking down, and then to look out and see the whole rest of the canyon. The shuttle experience was subpar here at the Grand Canyon. COVID has definitely shook some things up, but they don't really quite have their system down pat yet. So be prepared to wait in lines in a not super efficient shuttle bus running. But that's okay. They still got us to the trail, and now we're here doing it. We're doing it.
Hike, hike, hike.
Megan. Tim.
We came from way up there. camera can't even capture it. Which means we gotta go back up there or take the helicopter ride out. It's $500 per ticket, but might be worth it. So we hiked down to Point, where it's this beautiful overlook of the canyon. Took a lot of photos and video, and it was about a mile and a half down the trail to Point. And so now we're gonna go ahead and turn around and head back up. It took us about 45 minutes to get there. We were taking our time leisurely, and so it'll probably take a little bit longer up, but it seems like a good turnaround spot, so we don't feel so miserable once we get to the top. But the trail just keeps going if you're ambitious.
Oh, my heart. I wonder what my heart rate is.
Woo!
It gets up to 150.
Whoa, girl. Yay! We did it!
We're back in the, what's that called?
Shuttle line?
Shuttle. Back in the shuttle line to go back to the visitor center.
3 more hours to get a seat.
3 more hours in the shuttle line. And
I'm just cut.
then we're gonna get a sticker from here probably. And then go home. I think it's, yeah.
This is something.
Yeah, that looks, whoa, will you look?
The first set of stairs from where we turned around to come up,
Yeah.
that was torture right there.
Yeah. But then I started pacing myself, and
Yeah,
I was like, okay, I'll make it.
everyone hit their stride.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're in the small town of Williams, and it is super cute. They have it all decked out for Christmas, and during the Christmas time they have like a Polar Express experience, so you can hop on their little train in the town. They even have like a zip line, but it's a Santa sleigh at night, which is super cute. But we're going to explore it today with the family and get some brunch and enjoy the cuteness and the awesome weather.
Yeah, it's perfect weather out right now to stroll the town before we go eat at the Greasy Spoon.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think that's what it's called. It's some pine country,
No.
but we're gonna get some pancakes.
I like how this one is flappy. It's like,
This one does
Kinda
not
messed
fit
up.
on my head. My head's a little too big for this one.
oh
hey,
my gosh.
hey.
So this is our final stop of the trip. We are headed back to Las Vegas from Arizona so my family can catch their flight, and we decided we should stop by Hoover Dam before we leave. So Mom's here and we're waiting for the rest of the family to join, and we're gonna go see the Hoover Dam. But so that Mom and I don't ruin the surprise for ourselves, we're gonna go into the gift shop while we're waiting for family.
matches up
Yeah.
with the
joins in the wall.
the rock wall itself. So what I remember hearing is that the sides of the rock walls had to be cleaned, remove any loose rock so that the cement had a good surface to adhere to. So guys were paid to rappel down and knock off all the loose rock. However, it was probably one of the most, if not the most dangerous jobs, and many men fell to their deaths in the process. So originally the water was a small river, okay? So they redirected the river. They redirected the river off to the side, and then they started building the pieces of it and laying the base, and then once they got built up, then they could just let the river get dammed, I think is how it works. I don't know, I'm just making this up now.
Alright, so that was Hoover Dam. Mom and Dad and the fam are off to the airport. Mom and Dad and Tim are going to catch their flight today, and then Ephraim and Kayla have one night in Vegas, and then they are going to be flying out super early tomorrow morning. So I am so happy I got to spend time with them, and we got to explore together and see each other for Thanksgiving. It was awesome. We had so much fun. We always have fun when we're together, and we will be seeing them in a couple weeks for Christmas, which is insane. I can't believe Christmas is just around the corner. Anyway, that's it for this week's video. Thanks for joining in on our travels and our adventures, and we will see you next time.